This makes up only 4.4% of the world's population, and it consumes over 80% of the world's opioids. Mothers Against Prescription Drug Abuse, in partnership with Aleve, have launched a campaign called The Painful Truth to encourage consumers to explore non-addictive pain relief options before their doctors prescribe taking opioids. Joining us to discuss are Mary Bono, former Congresswoman and co-founder, chair of the board of directors, and CEO of Mothers Against Prescription Drug Abuse, and Matt Robinson, a voice from the Painful Truth campaign. So, Mary, what do the people need to know about the risk of opioids when it comes to taking pain relief options available?
It's important that we know that approximately every 30 minutes in America, we lose somebody to a prescription opioid overdose. Now, it's important to understand that opioids come with certain risks, whether it's addiction or abuse or the loss of life. But yet, prescription opioids are still more widely prescribed here in the United States than anywhere else in the whole world. And it's also important to know that if you are taking a prescription opioid for pain management, or if you are offered one, there's a potential that you might become addicted to them.
Matt, can you share with us your firsthand experience with opioid use disorder and why you feel exploring alternative options to opioids is important?
Yeah, I'm an advocate for options because I've been an addict before. I didn't start out one day waking up saying I want to get addicted to anything. That's not the story that I have or many people that I know. We're trying to treat pain in the beginning. We go to doctors, physicians that are, we're under their care, and we're given these drugs without knowledge of a lot of the risks. That was my story anyway. It led me down a path of 10 years of addiction. And I was always getting hurt. And every time I did, there was a prescription for opioids on the other side of it. I'm an advocate now for options because if I had to go back in time, I would talk to myself and tell me there are options that aren't going to get you in trouble. They're not going to send you down the path of rifling through people's purses or medicine cabinets or injuring yourself on purpose so I can go get opioids. It's not going to isolate me from my family, from my children, from my wife, and from those that love me the most.
What work has Mothers Against Drug Abuse done to address this issue?
Mothers Against Prescription Drug Abuse has been addressing these issues for over a decade. We focus on drug abuse prevention and awareness. And right now we're working to educate people about the potential consequences of taking a prescription opioid for pain management prior to starting on something else, like an over-the-counter drug or sort of support therapies, or what else can you do as your first line of pain management. We're encouraging people to talk to their doctors and ask that question on what options exist for them. But I'm going to talk about the Painful Truth video if I can, and talk about Matt's courage in this video, and what he does so effectively in this video is he interacts with people who are in a real pain management journey, and they're wondering if they should take a prescription opioid. And Matt so effectively explains to them what might happen, how life might possibly spiral out of control. And that is our Painful Truth video.
How can patients choose and advocate for themselves as it relates to pain management?
I think it's extremely important that patients advocate for themselves. Now, my experience was going into a doctor's office and just getting a prescription without any discussion about what I was really taking or the risk inherent with the drug I was taking. Opioids run the risk of addiction. This could be you. This could happen to you. Whether your intention is to treat pain or not, it is a real risk that is possible with opioids. So, what are the options? What else is out there? What are other ways we can treat pain? And I still deal with a great deal of pain. I still have pain. I still have problems, but I treat it differently now. Over-the-counter drugs, holistic methods, stretching, yoga, heat and ice, good old-fashioned rest. These things are really effective. And I found in my personal life anyway that the risk of opioids and the punishment of them was far greater than any bit of pain that I was ever in. It's a journey I wish I'd never started. And I wish I'd have had someone in my corner early on, like I was able to do in this campaign, to talk to people about the possibilities, the real possibilities of what could have happened.
We're fortunate to live in a time where there are many options. We've come a long way. There are good, effective options out there that are not a prescription opioid. And I think what's important to realize that as a country, we used to be in denial about this problem, and we're beyond that. And so it's time patients simply talk to their doctors and ask for an option to their prescription opioid that they might be offered.
Where can our viewers go to learn more?
Please visit us at aleve.com/thepainfultruth.